the Crazy Keto Girl, and if this is your first time on my channel, I've lost over 120 pounds following a ketogenic diet, and today's video is going to be a weigh-in video, check-in video, but mostly I'm going to be focusing on meal prep because I felt like this week there wasn't a lot to focus on as far as the weigh-in part. So to start off with, my weight, it did fluctuate upward, and that I think is my own fault. Okay, so it's Sunday morning and I am sitting in the carnage of what is left of Clarissa's 5th birthday party. She had a Lego party and it was super fun, and it was a great time for everybody. And the hard part with parties, of course, is usually food. And so there was, you know, pizza and ice cream and everything like that, because she got to pick what she wanted for her party food. And I just got out when everybody was having pizza. I got out one of my prepped meals and I microwaved it, and then I ended up just scraping the toppings of 2 pieces of pizza into the dish with it and just ate the toppings, which has never been an issue for me before. Usually I put it on chicken, but I didn't have any like pre-cooked chicken pieces to put it on, so I just ate the toppings by themselves on the side of like my prepped meal, which was fine. And then it came time for cake, and I knew that cake was going to be an issue, and I'd been debating the cake for a while. And she had this massive yellow, like Lego shaped cake that my friend made, and she did a beautiful job. It was a huge cake though, so much more cake than I thought it was going to be when I ordered it from her, but it was amazing, and she does such great work. And so it was, yeah, chocolate cake, vanilla icing, and then like this layer of fondant, right? And I debated and I, to be honest, ended up eating a half a piece of chocolate cake. Like it did trigger me. But what is different this time is that triggered doesn't have to mean giving in. Like, it doesn't mean that you have to act on that impulse or that trigger for me. And so, I mean, I sat there like I felt like a junkie, honestly. Like, I couldn't think about anything but that cake afterwards. I wanted to go back and I wanted to eat the whole freaking thing. And there is a gigantic container of leftovers of it in my fridge right now. And so, yeah, immediately it was just like, okay, go get more cake, go get more cake, go get more cake. And that's all I could think over and over and over again. More cake, more cake, more cake. And, so to combat that, I ate more fat, and it was several hours later, and I was still sugar. I want sugar. I want something sweet. I need something sweet. And so I was like drinking diet sodas, trying to like curb that. It wasn't helping. And I'm like, okay, I need something sweet. And so I ended up making myself one of my Greek yogurts. So I did like the plain Greek yogurt with the heavy whipping cream and the Mio drops. Which was delicious, and it did help for a little while. But then in the middle of the night, as I'm nursing, the thoughts of that cake crept back in. It was like, cake, you want cake, you want to go eat that cake, you want to eat the whole cake, go get it, it's right there, you can just eat it right out of the container with a fork, no one would know. Like, all these thoughts like just become like the noise in my head that like won't stop. And I'm happy with myself that we are sitting here the next morning and I did not go back for any cake. I have half my breakfast. I've eaten part of it. I made like a little sandwich. It's got some pepperoni and some melted cheese and some turkey, and there's lettuce and ranch, and it's delicious. And I did not go back for any cake, and the craving trigger that I felt yesterday has gone down. It has subsided. Yeah, on the one hand, I'm proud of myself for not giving in to that triggered feeling I was having. On the other hand, should I have eaten it at all? Probably not. So I don't know. I feel kind of mixed bag about it, but I think learning those self-control habits and learning to ignore those binge cues and learning to, you know, if I'm feeling triggered, like deal with that in a way that is not giving in and is not gonna, you know, continue to derail my progress, I think is the thing for me right now. And that said, though, I'm not going to mess with that again anytime soon. I do not want to play with fire. So yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer. So it said that I gained about 2 pounds, but I'm just going to run with it and move on to week 3. So I also did not get in as much water as I had hoped. I did drink more water. I definitely scaled back on the soda intake, but I didn't get in as much water as I hoped, so I'm going to keep that as a goal for the coming week, to just keep hammering at getting in more water. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw this really cute journal that I found at Target. It was on clearance, and it's a like fitness goals journal, and it has 16 weeks in it, and when I counted it out, there are 15 weeks until my birthday. And so my goal was to to lose all of the baby weight by my birthday. And so I picked up the journal and was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to use this as another tool to help myself, aside from just tracking all my food, because it was really cool, and it had sections to talk about how you're feeling and sections to like actually journal about your day, and not just what are your macros. You know, it had like places to kind of check in more about other things, and so I really liked that. So I'm gonna try to do that each day, and share. Each page has a little motivational quote on it, so I've been sharing those in my Instagram stories. So I think that'll be great. So I'm sitting down to breakfast right now. I have my asparagus with my eggs. You guys know that's like one of my favorite breakfasts. So I'm gonna eat that in just a minute, but first I'm gonna do my ketones. And I think going forward, I should just give myself fewer goals each week, because I gave myself quite a few last week. And so I felt like I kind of maybe got a little over ambitious with that one, with everything just going on, trying to plan a birthday party and everything. So I've got my strip in, got my needle ready, clean my finger here. All right, and then we are going to put it against the side of your finger, and 1, 2, 3, ow. There we go. And we have our countdown going. We are at a 1.0. I'll wait for the light to go off so I can show it to you. So not in optimal ketosis right now, but still in ketosis. Anything over a 0.5 is nutritional ketosis, so that's awesome. Let me get the light off here. So you can see my 1.0 there. I'm still feeling really excited and really pumped about my journey, and I'm still really feeling like I can definitely get that weight off by my birthday. So I'm going to this week focus on that water and staying on top of tracking. That's it. Just gonna focus on tracking my food and using that new journal and drinking my water. And that's it as far as my goals go this week. I don't want to do anything crazy. We already do have a trip to the zoo planned for this week. I mentioned it in last week's video for my walk. If you haven't seen that video, you should give it a try. But so I'm going to tackle that again, and that'll be fun because it's going to be several hours walking around at the zoo. We're going to have lunch there and everything like that. But that's pretty much it for the check-in portion of the video. But I wanted to talk to you guys and show you guys my meal prep this week. And luckily today my husband's home, so he's going to try to feed the baby as much as possible so that I can get it done. So I actually have a list here. What I'm going to be making this week, I'm going to be making myself some Gaps pancakes, which are basically eggs and pumpkin and sunflower butter. And then those are cooked in, they're going to be cooked in coconut oil. So that's going to be something I'm going to make ahead, and I'm going to they'll hopefully keep. I've never made them before, in all honesty, so I'll have to let you know how that goes. But normally we're able to make ahead a bunch of pancakes and freeze them, so I'm hoping that I can make ahead a bunch of pancakes and keep them in the fridge for the week. So fingers crossed that one pans out. I have 3 different things planned for my lunches, and in case those pancakes don't pan out, I am going to also eat them for breakfast, which is why I'm making a little bit extra. I have a leftover package of chicken, and so this week I'm going into, my pantry challenge that I mentioned in my grocery haul. So I'm using that leftover package of chicken, and I'm going to divide it in half, and I'm going to do half Cajun chicken, which was the only thing I actually got meal prepped last week, was these Cajun chicken bowls. I got like 4 of them made, and they were really, really good. So I'm going to make some Cajun chicken, and then the other half is going to be a barbecue chicken using a barbecue sauce that came in a keto crate that I got. which is not perfectly clean, but it is pretty good. So I'm gonna use it because barbecue chicken was always my favorite. Like, I loved barbecue chicken, and so I'm gonna incorporate it this week and enjoy it. So half barbecue chicken, half Cajun chicken, and then I'm also gonna be cooking up one of those beef chimichurri packages. So I have 2 packages of those that I picked up last week while grocery shopping because they were on clearance. And so I'm gonna use that to make some beef chimichurri burrito bowls. And one thing I do to try to make it easier is once I've decided what I'm going to eat, I create a little, turn my screen brightness down. There we go. I create a checklist down here so that I can break it down step by step, because a lot of the time Maverick is not wanting to cooperate with me having an hour to 2 hours to meal prep it all out at once. So it has to be done in bursts. So I try to break it down into steps so that way I know what I need to tackle at each little burst I have. So this time I'm tackling the meat. I'm getting the meat cooked first, and I'm gonna start cutting up as many vegetables as I can before I have to stop to feed him again. But splitting up that chicken, I wanted to show you what I'm going to do. So to save myself time and dishes, I'm gonna go ahead and cut all of that chicken up and then divide it in half once it's in those bite-sized sort of pieces. And then I took my glass baking dish and I created 2 reservoirs in my pan using tin foil so that I can cook both types of chicken in the same dish at the same time, and then just take this out and throw it away, and it should hopefully still be clean, saving myself a little bit of headache. So that's what I'm gonna do with my chicken. Alright guys, so I am finished with my meal prep finally, and it has taken me a little bit longer than I planned, but I think it looks really, really great. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what I made. So this container I showed you guys is some zucchini noodles, and it has some of that roasted red pepper Alfredo sauce that you saw in my grocery haul. And then this is that Cajun chicken that I made here on top. And that one's gonna be more for like when I'm not feeling super hungry. It'll probably be more of a breakfast thing when I don't really like to eat a lot in the morning, so that'll probably work well for that, because I still didn't get around to making those pancakes yet, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the time, unfortunately. So luckily I had the extra meals planned, so I should be able to get breakfast in no problemo. So this guy here, he's got a lot more going on. And so this is a barbecue chicken salad. On the bottom I've got those mixed organic greens, and then I got some orange and green bell pepper, some tomatoes, some cheese, some cucumber and zucchini, an egg, the barbecue chicken, and then there's green onion and bacon crumbles over the top. This is the uncured sugar-free bacon that I bought last week that we ended up not using. So I cooked up this week and included it in this salad. And then up here I have some blueberries. I know a lot of people are freaked out about fruit on keto. Berries are allowed. So this is just a serving of blueberries, and then a serving of pecans, which have fantastic macros for keto. They're probably your best go-to nut option if, as far as budget goes. Macros meeting budget, pecan is your winner. If budget isn't an issue, you definitely want to go more for like pili nuts and macadamia nuts, but they are more expensive. And then this guy right here is the last meal I've got prepped. This is the chimichurri skirt steak. And then over here I have cauliflower rice with some of that same green and orange bell pepper mixed in. There's cilantro mixed in there. And then I have cheese, there's some pico de gallo, there's green onion. And then I have a half an avocado back there that's salted and ready to go. So that's what this is gonna look like. And then when I open it up, I can always go ahead and put some sour cream on it if I want, or anything like that, because that just takes a quick second. But these are easy to eat meals that I can just grab out of the fridge and enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below with your favorite things to meal prep, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, make sure to take it one meal at a time, one workout at a time, one day at a time. You got this.